بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم انفعنا بما علمتنا وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وزدنا علما وعملا يقربنا إليك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا، يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا، يا فتاح يا عليم افتح لنا فتحا قريبا. نويت التعلم والتعليم والتذكر والتذكير والنفع والانتفاع والإفادة والاستفادة والحث على التمسك بكتاب الله وسنة رسله والدعاء إلى الهدى والدلاء إلى الخيرات ابتغاء وجه الله وقرب وثوابه سبحانه وتعالى. Alhamdulillah, I am greatly pleased to be covering this blessed text of the blessed scholar, the illustrious Imam Abdullah bin Alawi al-Haddad. This treatise is entitled The Concise Creed, Al-Aqidah Al-Mujmala. And in this first lesson, I want to look a little bit into the science of Aqidah, which is translated as creed. I want to look at the names of Aqidah, the definition of Aqidah, the subject matter, and the importance of this blessed knowledge. So first and foremost, the name of Aqidah. Aqidah, which again translates as creed or Muslim belief, comes from the verb aqada ya'qidu, and that means to bind or to hold. And the idea behind the word aqidah it is those beliefs that we hold to our hearts and that we hold fast to. So that's where aqidah comes from. This creed is also known as ilm al-tawheed. Ilm al-tawheed, and tawheed comes from the verb wahada yuwahidu, which means to unify, to make one. And the reason why this science is sometimes referred to as ilm al-tawheed is because one of the most important discussions in creed is the oneness, the centrality of Allah's wahdaniyah, of Allah's oneness. And if you look at the differences between religions, you'll often find that one of the major differences is understanding this quality of Allah's oneness. So most religions will confirm that there is a creator of the universe and the heavens and the earth, and that his existence is necessary existence. But where you'll find differences of understanding is in Allah's oneness. So highlighting the importance and the centrality of Allah's oneness, the scholars have named this science another name, ilm al-tawheed. Another name for this blessed science is ilm usul ad-din. And usul are the foundations, deen is the religion. So it's the knowledge that is the foundation of the religion. Why? Because everything else in the religion rests upon sound belief and sound understanding. So this is really the basis of all other sciences, is our aqidah, because if we have sound belief, then we will have, inshallah, sound practice. Another definition of this science is Imam Abu Hanifa's definition, and he entitled this knowledge Fiqh al-Akbar, the greatest fiqh. And Imam Abu Hanifa, his definition of fiqh was knowing what is for or against someone, oneself. So according to Imam Abu Hanifa, nothing is more beneficial or nothing is better for you than knowledge of Allah. And you get that through studying and to learning and to knowing, learning and studying the science of creed and the science of aqidah. So those are some of the names of this science. What is the definition? What is aqidah? How do we define, or how do the scholars define this knowledge, the knowledge of creed and matters of belief? The definition of aqidah, or this knowledge, is ilmun يثبت فيه إثبات العقائد الدينية مكتسبا من أدلتها اليقينية. As an aqidah is a branch of learning that investigates the tenets of Islamic belief derived from sources that are certain. So the Quran and rational sources that are certain, is that it investigates, we know what to believe from these certain sources. So an aqidah, in terms of the subject matter of aqidah, is that aqidah is, it affirms what Muslims believe in. And also it provides the reasoning behind these beliefs. So not just what do we believe in, but why do we hold these views and why do we hold these tenets of faith? and also it enables us to articulate our belief and also to respond to any misconceptions, right? So if anybody has any questions about, the attributes of Allah, is that in our study of Aqidah and our study of Ilm al-Tawheed will enable us and to be able to respond to those questions. So Aqidah is really all about proper conception. Is that we have to when we conceive of Allah, there are certain attributes that we must confirm. And if we don't confirm these attributes in our conception, then our understanding of our Lord is deficient. Likewise, for example, His oneness. If somebody conceives of Allah, they think of Allah and they don't understand the oneness of Allah, then their understanding of who their Lord is deficient. Likewise, if they think about Allah, they have a conception of Allah, but they don't know that He's completely dissimilar to anything in His creation, then again, their understanding is deficient. Likewise, Aqidah is about our conception of the messengers of Allah, right? The messengers of Allah and the certain attributes that we must confirm with regards to the messengers and the prophets, like their truthfulness, like their uprightness. And if we don't understand these qualities with regards to the messengers, then again, our understanding of who they are is deficient. And lastly, Aqidah is about affirming what revelation and prophecy have told us concerning matters such as life after death, ultimate justice on the Day of Judgment, paradise and hellfire. And these are known as matters of belief, literally sam'iyat, those things that are heard from revelation and prophecy. So really there are three main branches of Aqidah, just to go back and recap, is that those matters that pertain to our proper conception of Allah and what we believe about Allah and what attributes we must confirm and believe with regards to Allah Most High. And these are called in Arabic al-ilahiyat. Al-ilahiyat, articles of faith that pertain to our belief in Allah. And then likewise attributes of the prophets. And these are called the nubuwat, articles of faith that pertain to prophets and messengers. And lastly, eschatology, if you will, but articles that pertain to what happens, matters that are unseen. And these are called the sam'iyat, literally that which is heard, because we hear them from, again, revelation and prophecy. So that's kind of an overview of Aqidah. And then we ask what are the benefits and why is knowing and studying Aqidah so important? And there are multiple answers to this question. We could look at some of them, but one answer to this question is that Aqidah answers the big questions in life, right? What is life all about, right? Who created us? What is He like, right? What is the purpose of life? We learn these answers, we obtain these answers from our study of Aqidah. Likewise, a proper study of Aqidah protects us from misgivings and misguidance. So sometimes someone can hear an idea, and there's a misguided idea. But if we have a sound foundation in our Aqidah, we'll know how to understand and to interpret that idea and to dispel it if it's a misguided idea. Related to this, one of the benefits of Aqidah is that it eliminates doubts, right? So somebody might think a thought, and then that thought develops and it could become a doubt, and then they don't really know how to answer that within themselves. But when we study Aqidah, we learn the different rulings that pertain to Aqidah, and then we know how to dispel that doubt. And another reason why we study Aqidah is that it is a great source of the illumination of illuminates our heart with sound beliefs and with certainty. So one of the ways that we can make our faith strong is by knowing what to believe. And once we know what to believe, then we go about and we implement and we act according to our Aqidah. Another benefit of Aqidah is that it provides a sound foundation for success in this life and the next. And lastly, and this is the hope, is that in studying Aqidah, especially the Aqidah of a blessed work of blessed Imam Abdullah bin Ali al-Haddad, is that it could be a means for us to saying the kalima on our deathbeds and dying with faith. Right? Aqidah, again, aqada yaqidu means to tie or to bind. So if we really understand aqidah, right, our hopes are is that our hearts will be tied to these meanings, and that will have these meanings on our last moments, and that we'll be able to transition into the next world with these beliefs. So learning aqidah and learning matters of creed is an individual obligation. Every single Muslim, male and female, adult Muslim, must know the basics of aqidah. So these teachings that Imam al-Haddad will introduce us to is that this is obligatory knowledge for all of us. And with regards to the details of aqidah, however, right, answering contemporary issues and contemporary misgivings and contemporary doubts, is that is a communal obligation. That means that there must be people out there that have such in-depth knowledge of this science that any contemporary or any argument that's put forth based on the principles of this science of aqidah, they know how to respond and they know how to answer to these challenges or to these questions. So that is a communal obligation. But again, studying aqidah at a basic level, like we'll be doing in these lessons, is an individual obligation. And that means that this is actually an act of worship when we study to enhance and to develop our relationship with Allah and our correct conception and our correct understanding of who our Lord is, what are His attributes, what are His names, our correct understanding of the prophets, who is the final messenger, what qualities does he have, and correcting and enhancing our understanding of the last day, the day of judgment, and everything that happens in the unseen and everything that happens after we leave this world. So we ask Allah that He bless us in these few lessons, and that He make these lessons lessons of great benefit, and that He give us the meanings behind these words, such that when we study these blessed texts, we increase in faith, and that we increase in certitude, and that we increase in nearness to Allah, and that we increase in our love of Allah, and that this aqidah really binds to our heart, and it remains with us wherever we are, and it remains with us on our last moments, such that we're able to express our aqidah, our belief, with the kalima shahada, with the la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, when we leave this world on our very last breath. And we ask Allah that He accept from us, and that He bless us in all of our different affairs. Wa akhir da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.